The night still devoured the apartment. The pounding on the door grew louder, each strike splintering the wood as if it would break any second. Lily staggered back, clutching the knife with all her strength, while Ethan sat on the floor, drenched in sweat, swaying between consciousness and madness. Then, suddenly, the pounding stopped. A suffocating silence fell over the room, so heavy that their heartbeats echoed like war drums in the dark. Lily dared to step closer to the door, pressing her ear against the wood. Nothing. No breaths, no movements, only silence. But Ethan heard something else. A faint whisper seeped through the wall behind him. Different this time, clearer, the words distinct. The mirror, the second one. The mirror awaits you. His head snapped up, eyes shining with terror. He screamed at the wall, "Where? Where is it?" Lily turned to him, horrified. "Ethan, who are you talking to?" He didn't answer. Slowly, as if guided by an unseen force, he rose to his feet and approached the wall opposite the couch. He pressed his hand against it and instantly felt a strange heat, like something alive pulsing behind the plaster. The child's voice echoed inside him. "It's here. They hid it. The second mirror is the key." Lily edged closer. "Mirror? What mirror are you talking about?" Ethan turned to her, madness burning in his eyes. There was never just one Lily. There were always two. One in house number 6, and the other here. Before she could ask again, the wall began to crack. Black veins spread across the paint, widening until a dark metallic frame jutted out from within. Lily's hand flew to her mouth. Oh my God! Bit by bit, the mirror revealed itself. Its surface was no ordinary glass. It was coal black, gleaming as if it devoured the light around it. The room grew heavier, the air choking. Ethan couldn't resist. He reached out and touched its surface. In that instant, the apartment filled with screams. Hundreds of voices, men and women and children, shrieking all at once, as though imprisoned inside. Lily cried out, "Ethan, step away from it!" But he didn't move. Instead, his eyes widened, and a cold smile spread across his face. He whispered, "They're not just voices. They're waiting for me." His reflection appeared in the mirror, but it wasn't him. It was another version, darker, with blood-red eyes and a twisted grin. The other Ethan spoke from within the glass, its voice distorted but clear. "You're late, Ethan. We are one. The time has come to finish the merging." Lily rushed to him, grabbing his arm to pull him back. "Don't listen to it! That's not you!" But Ethan felt the pull of an unseen force dragging him toward the black surface. The mirror rippled, liquid and alive, waves spreading like a dark ocean. Then, suddenly, a hand burst out from the glass. A long black arm, fingers like claws, clamped onto Ethan's arm and yanked hard. Ethan screamed in agony while Lily plunged the knife into the shadowy hand. A hideous scream tore through the apartment. The hand recoiled, retreating into the mirror, but cracks spidered across the surface, revealing dozens of glowing eyes watching from inside. The voices returned, louder than ever. "Let us out! We want to be free! The second mirror is the gate!" Lily clutched Ethan tightly. "We have to destroy it now." But Ethan shook his head. "We can't. This mirror isn't just a gate, it's a warden. If we destroy it, we might release everything trapped inside." Before she could argue, the floor trembled beneath them. The whole apartment quaked, light bulbs exploding, chunks of concrete raining down. The black mirror pulsed brighter as if preparing to burst. "Ethan!" Lily screamed. "Decide now!" He stood torn, staring into the reflection of his darker self. The voice whispered deep inside his chest. "Come, the pain ends only when you join us. You are the chosen one. You are the door." At the last moment, Ethan seized a jagged metal shard from the rubble. With a furious cry, he swung and shattered the mirror. The black glass exploded into countless shards. Each fragment screamed as it flew, voices unending, echoing through the entire building. Darkness swallowed everything for a few seconds. Then silence. When Lily opened her eyes, Ethan stood in place, gasping, his hand bleeding from the shards. The floor was littered with fragments of black glass, but the mirror itself was gone. Relief washed over her until she heard it. A new whisper, not from the walls, not from Ethan, but from the shards scattered across the floor. Each tiny piece reflected an eye. Each one whispered the same chilling phrase: "The door is open, and the time is near." Lily's breath froze. She turned toward Ethan, and her blood turned cold. His eyes were no longer his own. In his pupils burned a cold, black fire, as if part of the mirror hadn't shattered at all, but had moved inside him. It was past 3 in the morning. Fear was no longer just a feeling inside. It had become something tangible in the air. The apartment was drowned in thick darkness, even though the shattered light bulbs should have allowed the moon to seep through the windows. But the moon was gone, as if the sky itself had closed its eyes. Lily panted as she clutched Ethan's arm, trying to clean his wound with a torn piece of cloth, but her gaze was far from reassured. She didn't just see blood dripping, she saw something else seeping out. Thin strands of black smoke leaked slowly from the wound, vanishing into the air. Lily trembled. "Ethan, your wound isn't normal." But he didn't respond. He sat on the floor, head bowed, breath heavy, eyes half shut. When he finally raised his head, Lily froze where she stood. Inside his pupils, tiny shadows were moving. Shapes unclear, like lost faces trying to scream from within. "Lily?" he said, his voice hoarse, layered with hundreds of others overlapping. "I can feel them here." Suddenly the floor shook. Every piece of shattered black glass scattered around began to tremble violently, then rose into the air. Lily gasped and screamed, "Stay away from it!" But it was too late. The shards floated like a vortex, joining together piece by piece until they formed distorted human bodies. The first to appear was tall and skeletal, its limbs like broken bones, its face featureless except for a wide mouth grinning from ear to ear. The second was shorter, but its head was massive with wide, lidless black eyes. Then came more, men, women, children, but all incomplete, their features missing, as if their souls had never been whole. The room filled with them, swaying slowly, a collective whisper pouring from their mouths. "We have returned. The door has opened. Blood is the path." Lily clung to Ethan, trying to pull him away, but a chilling cold ran through her hand when she touched his skin. His body was colder than ice, his face pale like the dead. "Ethan, fight it! Don't let them take you!" But he smiled, a terrifying smile she had never seen before. "I'm not sure if they're taking me, or if I'm going back to them." The shadowed figures drew closer, surrounding them on every side. One stretched its long hand toward Lily, its fingers like nails reaching slowly for her face. Lily screamed and stabbed the hand with the knife, but the blade passed through the body as if through smoke. The entity didn't flinch, instead it laughed.
a hollow, dreadful laugh that echoed off the walls. The rest of the entities joined in, their laughter mixing with shrieks until it became a mad chorus that shook the entire room. Lily cried out through her tears, "Who are you? What do you want from us?" They stopped abruptly. All the black eyes turned toward her, and one voice spoken from dozens of mouths at once answered, "We are what remains of the void. You have only seen the beginning, and now blood will finish what was started." As Lily stumbled back, the entities opened their mouths all at once. A freezing wind burst forth like a storm tearing through the room. The faintest surviving lights flickered, then died completely. Darkness swallowed everything, and in the dark, a cold hand wrapped tightly around Lily's throat.
The silence that followed the storm of laughter and whispers was like the silence of graves, heavy, suffocating, pressing down on Lily's chest until she could barely breathe. The darkness was no longer just the absence of light. It had become a living entity, swallowing the room whole. She could barely see Ethan, but his voice reached her, layered with countless others, as if he spoke with the tongues of hundreds of lost souls. "Lily, the door will not close unless it is sealed with the blood of the one who opened it. And I was chosen from the very beginning." She screamed, reaching for him desperately. "No, don't say that. We'll find another way. We'll fight them together." But Ethan only gave a faint, sorrowful smile, his eyes glowing with an eerie blue light. "There is no together. This path was written for me the moment I touched the shards." The shadowy entities began circling them in a wide ring, their voices rising in unison. "The seal, the seal, the blood, the blood." Lily clung to his arm, tears streaming down her face. "You promised me we'd get out together, that this night wouldn't tear us apart." Ethan stepped closer, placing his cold hand gently on her cheek, wiping her tears away. "A promise is never broken, Lily. I'll always be with you, just not in this world." Then he stepped back, lifting his arms toward the circling shadows. The ground shook violently, the walls splitting open as if the entire building was collapsing. From the cracks, twisted black tendrils slithered out, wrapping around him, dragging him toward the abyss. But Ethan did not resist. He spread his arms wider, as though embracing the darkness. "Take me, but close the door, and do not touch the one I loved." The entities halted for a brief moment, then drew nearer. One of them reached its hand directly into his chest. No wound, no blood, only a blinding white light. Lily screamed with every ounce of her being, "No!" The light exploded outward, a devastating wave tearing through the room, shattering the windows, toppling the furniture. The shadow beings unraveled into black dust, scattering with their final echoing shrieks. Ethan remained standing amidst the wreckage, his body dissolving slowly into the light. His face lingered, gazing at Lily with a calm, gentle smile. "Live for us." And then he was gone. The room fell silent. No voices, no shadows, no movement. Only Lily, kneeling on the floor, screaming his name into the emptiness that no longer answered. As the first light of dawn crept in, the apartment stood utterly still, as though nothing had ever happened. But Lily remained there, broken, her eyes red, her hands trembling, clutching the empty air where Ethan once stood. The door was closed, but the price was her heart.